Being a voice actor for Komi-san is literally the best job ever.
Subscribe for more epic contents.
Hey guys, welcome to my another mall review video. Woo! I finally made it to episode 3. So in this video, I'm gonna do a 360 of my other two videos. I'm gonna do an anime episode, like anime mall review of currently the most popular romance comedy anime, Komi-san. Like for example, most of the most of the rom-com series, I'll first read the manga, then I'll come to anime. But in the case of Komi-san, it was the opposite. I first watched like 2 to 3 episodes of Komi-san, then quickly jumped over to manga, and I'm currently on par with the manga. Manga still ongoing, if you know. So I did not do a review of the anime slash manga because of this reason. So in this video, I'm gonna do the mall reviews. As per our tradition, first let's read the synopsis. Ito Tadano is an ordinary boy who heads into his first day of high school with a clear plan to avoid trouble and do his best to blend in with others. Unfortunately, he fails right away when he takes a seat beside the school's Madonna, Shoko Komi. His peers now recognize him as someone to eliminate for a chance to sit next to the most beautiful girl in the class. Gorgeous and graceful with long dark hair, Komi is universally adored and immensely popular despite her mysterious persona. However, unbeknownst to everyone, she has a crippling anxiety and a communication disorder. Wow, looks like someone relates to this character the most, which prevents her from wholeheartedly socializing with her classmates. When left alone in the classroom, a chain of events forces Komi to interact with Tadano through writing on the blackboard as if in a one-way conversation. Being the first person to realize she cannot communicate properly, Tadano picks up the chalk and begins to write as well. He eventually discovers that Komi's goal is to make 100 friends during her time in high school. To this end, he decides to lend her an helping hand and thus also becoming her first ever friend. And spoiler alert, her first ever boyfriend. This is the synopsis. Now let's go over to the reviews. So this is a 2 review. So first we are starting with the grim review. So let's go. Warning to all Komi-san sims, spoilers ahead. Basically, this is an anime review, but I don't know, most people actually write more manga reviews here, so why use style over substance when you can use style to fake substance? Among the mediocre passenger of the coal-driven hype train, there will always be one damsel in distress who is allotted the first-class cabin. Her appearance so alluring that it completely makes her neighbors forget their origins and ignore her actual personality. This damsel is also known as waifu, and her superficial feature has been used as marketing bait numerous times. Then, according to this guy, then most of rom-com animes are just marketing bait. Fun. Guilty pleasure can be defined as a piece of entertainment that one relishes despite of the uncomfortable feelings he or she gets by reading or watching it. Comedy is a great way of rendering relaxation to our minds. For me, it's a way of taking break from a productivity to serious tone shows. However, writing comedy is also a form of art that not everyone can master. I agree. So, to be honest, like I'm gonna count give cite two anime examples. So I'm gonna talk about a full-blown comedy anime that is Power Girl, and a romance comedy anime called Orimiya. Let's take Orimiya. Okay, let's take Orimiya. I know Orimiya is a slice of life anime, but okay. So, to be honest, Our Girl does comedy really better. Like, if you watch Our Girl, it's one of the greatest comedy manga ever written, an anime. So, if you switch over to Orimiya here, it is a good romance story. It has a good slice of life parts, but comedy it does not do well. So I think this guy is gonna say like how Komi-san does not do comedy as well as other animes, and writing comedy is also fun. Yes, I agree. A legendary forgotten studio that once animated Pokemon, the childhood of every one of us, and Berserk, the most underrated television series in all of humanity, bestowed out us with the other one of the odd taxes. However, there is one worthy show that is stealing the spotlight instead. So I like to say, okay. Okay, let's pause for a second. I'm not gonna read anything there. If you can pause the video, I can read the story and the comedy part. So, I'll explain. So, there are some people out there. There are a lot of people out there, but there are some people out there who use their favorite show. For example, I like Office. Okay, I'm just citing another example. I like The Office, and I'm using Office, which is not doing much better compared. Like let's say, Friends and Office were released in the same year, and I like The Office. So Office is not doing as much well as Friends. So I'm saying, as Office is not doing well, and most people are watching Friends, that Friends is bad. Nobody should watch Friends. It's just like stealing the spotlight of The Office. Well, that's not true. Like, if both of them are good, like, I don't know about Odd Taxi or Berserk. I know Pokemon, but I don't like that type of animes. I don't like that genre. So maybe Odd Taxi is good. Maybe it does not deserve its like forgotten limelight. But you cannot you cannot say that this series is not deserving of spotlight. If it was not deserving, it would not be at its best. So now let's go over to Square Eyes Quaza 11. Now let's go over to Square Eyes Rise 11. He has given 9. The curse was finally broken. The most anticipated and universally loved Iyashike. Yes, okay. And romance anime is here. And it is greater than ever, but sadly Netflix deal happened. Before I come to Netflix deal bit, allow me to review the anime as made by OLM. Story-wise, it's slice of life to the fundamental level. I know manga is romance, but I'm pretty sure anime won't reach that point. I agree. the soul of all rom-com animes. It's called rom-com, but there will be no romance. The story, if any, is focused on character interaction and or events, but that is actually a strength of Komi-san because the characters in Komi-san are so quirky and interesting that makes for the lack of the story. Agree? Like, to be honest, the story is not there. It's just non-existent. It's like a slice of life anime. Like every single episode is combination of 3 or 4 manga chapters, and every single manga chapter is basically one different story. So that's why there is no continuous story, whereas small stories contained in each chapter. As for now story wise, I think I read this part. As for that, the opening 30 seconds of the first episode make it very clear that OL means business. I don't know who's OL. The art is very generous. It has the movie level one-on-one recreation of Japanese city and school. It is perfect for some slice of life escapism. Animation is weirdly good for a slice of life anime, just like Dragon Maid. That video is coming. I already recorded that video. It is coming. The characters are probably the strongest point of Komi-san, except for the plainness. Todano. Everyone is so like this point. Okay, I'm just like putting in blue. This is actually mentioned in the manga, like in anime and manga. Like Tadano is meant to be plain. He's supposed to be like Jim in the office, if it helps. So other characters around him are so quirky that him looks like a normal person. Like we are watching through the eyes of Tadano. If it makes any more sense. Okay. Music is good, the OP is very nice and captures the joy and anxiety of high school life very well. And ending is mostly dedicated to Komi and I love it more than the OP. The effects in the episodes are good, not distracting, but always add to the scene. Now for the Netflix deal issue. It's probably the only reason I wanted to give the animation 8, but I did Netflix problem, not OLM. Komi cannot communicate. She uses Blackboard to communicate for the most part. Now most of us friends from outside Japan cannot read Japanese. I am not an engineer, I even don't know. And even I know it's not very hard to provide extra textbooks for translation. Most of the conversation between Komi and Indian Japan for us non-Japanese. Do not make the mistake of watching Netflix until the fix is coming. Okay, I think this is one of the very rare cases where Komi-san, which is a rom-com anime, which due to its popularity was put in Netflix, and Netflix always does dubs. So I'll read another 2 more reviews because the video is already 8 minutes long. This is just my review about the 4 episodes, so Komi-san don't be triggered. So the first 4 episodes. Komi-san is a garbage manga anime, someone said from Reddit. Yes, someone said from Reddit. Animation can be so deceiving. The character designs, tones, palettes, etc. can be so harmful when watching an animated show. While the main factor, which is the story, is being forgotten. I'll read some of the starting points, but I can see a common theme in all of these reviews. There is no story. I think I'm unleashing my inner rom-com demon here, but slice of life stories do not need a huge plot like the shonen or something. They literally call slice of life for a reason. So I agree there needs to be some plot, but there need not be a need for a plot. Slice of life is supposed to be an escapism from the shows. For example, you watch Boruto and your favorite character dies. Not saying who, and they are not dead. And it's animated, so your favorite character dies. You are sad. Then you watch slice of life anime, which has nothing but wholesome, and you get really good. So in order to have a good story, you need to have twists. and twists are mostly sad. So I know they can be happy twists, but most of the twists are sad, and sad twists make a good story. So you don't have twists, and if you have twists, that's not a slice of life anymore. So equality basis, you cannot say that a slice of life anime needs a story, and you cannot rate it low. And my demon is gone. Okay, and I'm really sorry, my alter ego, the rom-com demon just came up. But yes, I agree with it. So the story is not a need for a slice of life anime. I think that clears up some doubts I had about this reviews. So I'll read this part. The story, 2 out of 10. Basically, okay. The story was just a typical slice of life school anime when this comical boy meets a quiet girl. The anime isn't complete, but yet, but judging from the 4 episodes I've seen, the story was dot nothing. The anime has no plot. It's just your everyday high school life. You just described slice of life, my friend. You just described it. With your typical male main lead and his cute and mysterious girl finding friends, making cringe jokes, and many more. I agree, the jokes are very cringe. And I can actually, okay, I'll say this in the manga review or the manga mall review video, because there is a huge arc in manga where it did not feel like a slice of life anymore. So I'll come out the characters. They have going question mark out of 10. To be honest, the characters are freaking annoying. This is the second time I have seen many characters in slice of life anime that are bland and cringy. After the disastrous anime of Remake of Life, they are overreacting from many simplest things, and damn, the voices are hurting my eardrums. Komi seemed to be just a waifu that many people are clamoring about from this anime, but she's like a freaking Nezuko 2.2. That was being cute, but she wasn't. My man, he just offended a whole different genre of people here. Nezuko, that was being cute, but she wasn't. Wow. I know there's only one. All of the characters were one dimensional and neither entertaining nor interesting. I still cannot get over the fact he called Nezuko not cute. Nezuko! This girl, you see the screen, right? This is not cute. My man, you need a plot education on what's called cute and what's not. I think that's all I need. Okay, the video has gone over 12 minutes. So now I will talk about my gripes like I did for the Orimiya video. So my gripes are basically simple. I agree there needs to be some plot and for such a life anime, but plot is not a need. I think my demon made it very clear. It's a very angry rant. But there needs to be some plot. You cannot just watch Slice of Life again and again and again and again. That's why there needs to be some introduction, like anime original content or something. Second thing is the jokes. Like the first review I read made it very clear about the jokes, and I agree. Like the jokes sometimes are cringy. Like in order to have a slice of life romance comedy anime, you need to have comedy, and slice of life most probably has comedy. So the jokes needs to be stepped up, but I read the manga and they are adapting from the manga, so most probably they will not make anime original content, because the rom-com stuff, they usually cut manga chapters, they do not add to the manga. So I don't think the comedy is anywhere near, and it's not going to be fixed. And the last gripe is the characters. Like I like quirky characters, and but the characters are too quirky. For example, if you take Agari, she's one of the characters. She, in her every scene she comes up, acts like a dog. I like I'm not saying like cute dog like cat ears like Komi has. No. She acts like a dog, and it's freaking annoying. And like I like the Sundre character, and I like the rival character and all. Then there's a lot of other characters will be introduced, but they're too quirky for their own sake. So that's all my gripes. So I like this is a high school anime, like because I like high school. Then I don't like my high school. I'm talking about I like high school anime, just to clear up confusion. Then I like high school animes and mangas both probably. Then Komi-san's character is very interesting. Like she's very silent, then she makes motor sounds, which is very funny. Then I like Tadano's character. To nobody cares. I literally don't care about anybody's opinion. I like Tadano's character. And now this is gonna get me in jail, anime jail. But I don't care. I like Tadano's character. And I really like Najimi's character. We don't know if she's a boy or a girl. I'm gonna call her because I think she's a girl. And she's like the icebreaker of the whole gang. There are a lot of icebreakers in every gang, but she's the icebreaker of this gang. And most the plot is not that great, but the slice of life makes up for it. And I really like every single chapter as a separate story. And the jokes, even though they're cringy, sometimes are very funny. So that's all, and thanks for watching. If you watch this very far, like it's 16-minute videos, and I most probably shorten it to like 14 or something. But thanks for watching, and I'll meet you in the next one. It's your boy Galtic signing off, and bye.